more important. I still don't want to, I want to somehow inspire him to change himself.
Why? Why does he have to change?
Because if he doesn't, there's a high probability that he's going to have a heart attack or a stroke.
Okay.
Or worse.
Is that a concern to him?
He's kind of in the clouds about it. He's not like really getting it. I think not really the full.
Okay, here he is. Alan is your guy. Let's see you change him in 180 seconds, which means you can give him some facts and figures, because health involves facts and figures.
Okay.
But you have to make it emotional enough. Maybe you'll fit more comfortable in your clothes if you lost a little weight. Maybe you'll live longer. Maybe you'll be more productive. You'll have more energy. You've got to put it all together for him in 180 seconds. You're on.
I even offered him
You're on. It's role play.
Okay. Hey, babe, how's our bet going? Remember, I offered that if you could lose 20 pounds before Christmas, I would give you $1,000. How's that going?
Good question. Let me get back to it after I finish this.
Oh, but didn't we kind of have a deal that, especially if we were talking about expanding our family and being more committed to each other, that you're going to start taking better care of your health and, eating well, losing weight, looking better. Like I showed you that picture of when we first started dating and how hot you looked. And I want that guy back for my
the vanity thing.
Yeah.
You don't think that this package is
this package is amazing. I mean, it really is. But and I love you no matter what size you are, but I also want to see you live long and healthy. That's my goal. Live long and healthy and look like that picture. Because we had a deal and I got my weight down. I lost 20 pounds and I've been able to maintain it.
That, honey.
Now it's time for you to step up.
I want to live long and healthy and live every day as if it was my last two.
But what about the long term? What about, there's nothing's more important than in this moment, but also we kind of have to plan a little further ahead than that too, right?
It's just, why can't we just take it day by day? What?
Because one day if we do that, it's gonna crash and burn. It's gonna,
Are you gonna leave me?
No.
That's what I thought too. I thought the same
thing.
Leave
me? What am I gonna do now?
Or should I threaten that? That's kind of blackmail, isn't it? No, we have a commitment to each other. No. I would not do that. But I would rather be going out on the ski slopes with you. I'd rather be going out on the bike trails with you than visiting you in the hospital while you're recovering from a stroke.
Who said I was going to be in a hospital?
Well, the doctor said you could be if we both of us have to get our diets together and improve. Your cholesterol levels are kind of high. So the doctor
I feel great. I mean,
You feel great until you get okay.
Just a quick timeout. You told me you're playing an engineer, a scientist, a guy who analyzes everything.
Thank you.
Jessica just brought up something, but she didn't use it as much. You brought up cholesterol and stuff like that. Maybe you want to hit him on his scientific side. Hey, as well as I do that your cholesterol is here and it's over the limit, and that means that you're in a much higher danger zone. You hit him like that, and
give him more of the facts, because he's kind of in a little bit of a place of denial.
Hey, did you ever know anybody at work or something who had a stroke or a heart attack because they ate hot dogs all day long with Velveeta like you do? Okay, so you can put the emotional together with a little intellectual.
Yeah. Okay.
So because you're dealing with, this is the beauty of guts, the flexibility, because you're dealing with not the most emotional guy in the world.
Right.
Wow.
So
Okay.
maybe the facts will make him more emotional, because the
Yeah.
we know the $1 million rule says people make quick decisions when you can get them emotionally, invested in the whole thing. So go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So go back to play on the facts and emotions, tying it together, you mean?
Well, only because you're dealing with a very intellectual style person. He's
Right.
an engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to upset an engineer? Take a pencil and break the point in front of them. Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I mean, what do you say to an engineer to get them excited? Gee, that's a nice pocket pen holder you have there.
No, you say, let's look at that rocket. He does aerospace engineering. So you talk about rockets. You talk about space.
What are you, a rocket scientist?
Well, this guy's a sharp guy, man.
Yes, I am.
He's a sharp guy. Maybe I should appeal to his vanity and say, and I do think he's so darn smart, yet he's really making some really bad choices right now. And he's not really understanding he's
Put it all
very,
together.
very
Go for it.
smart.
Back in the role play.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I feel great. I mean,
I know, but they do call it the silent killer, and that is for a reason, because there really is no symptoms often until it's too late. Maybe we should sit down and analyze that report that we got from Lifeline Screening a little bit more. And one of the reasons I fell in love with you is you're so incredibly smart. You're so intelligent, and I really admire that in you.
Good stroke and nurture there. And nurture. And, very good. Excellent.
And so, it's harder. I know it's harder when it's us that we're considering that this could potentially happen to us. And, I've had that scare too, being type 1 diabetic, with my doctor saying I have to become more healthy. And I've stepped up.
Get him in the conversation now, so it doesn't sound like a lecture.
Okay. So it's not like a lecture. Okay. So, I mean, how about that bet then? I mean, how about earning $1,000 before we said January 1 to lose that 20 pounds? How is that working out for you?
Based on my analysis, I don't think we just got off Thanksgiving. Now we're entering Christmas and the New Year. Based on my analysis, that seems impossible. I mean, I want to need an extension on that, but could we extend the bet?
We extend the bet a little bit. Okay. I can work with you a little bit on this. I can work with you a little bit. I'll give you an extra 2 weeks.
No, I was thinking after the holidays, because everybody does their New Year's resolutions on January 1st. So at the strike of midnight, January 1st.
Start then and give you a month.
Let's talk about it again at the strike of midnight.
Talk about
it. Okay, off the role play.
Okay.
What did Alan's really good in role plays also.
Yeah.
He's one of my toughest guys when we do role play.
He keeps sort of segueing out, kicking the can down the road.
I think he loves being the hard-headed prospect in all these.
Yes.
I think he just loves.
It's good because there are people out there like that.
He knows more wishy-washy words than any prospect role player I've ever had.
He's like the slippery Pete that you can't quite hold on to.
Persuasion is so interesting when you're dealing with an engineering or an accountant. Not that, and I'm not trying to be too general here, but you're dealing with academics or scientists. These people love facts and things like that. It's very hard to get. It's very hard to get them emotionally involved. So you might take some of your facts, your intellectual gobbledygook, and blend it into a story or something that makes them more. Hey, you know what? I want to spend my life with you. I want you to see children, raise children.
Did he have a family member that perhaps suffered from a heart attack or a stroke?
It's funny you said that. My mom, my dad had 2 heart attacks. He died way too young.
Wow.
He's a great guy, and he had to have bypass surgery and everything. So you mean that this could happen to me if I don't take care of myself? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And I think it's all in the news about COVID, but actually cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the United States and even all around the world. So,
You know what's the number one reason for divorce rate? The number one reason for divorce?
money.
Marriage.
Marriage. Oh, there you go.
Absolutely. So what's your, I have a story I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
I don't think I told you, Jessica, earlier. This is a true story. This just happened yesterday. A little something personal. My wife does Secret Santa for families that can't afford to have a nice Christmas. We're part of the Lions Club, and there's another social services thing, and they get a list of people who are, indigent, or we have poverty and hunger in this country.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
she gets a list of 5-6 families, and we do a little fundraising from the Lions Club. Claudia goes to the Walmart, and she buys hats, gloves, shoes, clothing for the kids, books, toys, everything, and gift cards for mom and dad so they can go out or do something. And so thousands of dollars she raises for a couple different families. So that's the background. Sorry that took so long. She's in line with one huge carriage, about $250, $300 worth of merchandise for this one family. And the cashier says, "Oh, what are you buying so much for Christmas?" And she told her the same story I just did. This is for Secret Santa, to surprise a family so they have a nice Christmas. There's a man behind her, 70-something years old. He's listening to everything her and the cashier are discussing, just chit-chat over the register. And he says, "You're doing this as a secret Santa thing?" And my wife, and Claudia, nice name, she said, "Yes." And he says, "I'm going to pay for it."
Oh, wow.
We're talking a lot of money here with a total stranger who just overheard a conversation, non-intentional persuasion, and that person paid for $250, $300 worth of stuff on a card, I guess. So
so wonderful.
Is that a great story?
That is such a great story. See, there are good people in the world. There
are good people in the world. We hear too much negative, too much nasty stuff. There's a hell of a lot of good. I don't believe I don't believe most people are prejudiced or nasty or think they're better or maybe I'm naive or something. I believe I know a lot of people. I live in several different parts of the country, and all the people that I know in business personally, and they're good people. They're hardworking. Yeah. They're nice people. They donate and stuff. So here's my point. What do you think? First of all, what made this man spontaneously want to spend $300 on a stranger?
His heart was warmed by her gesture of kindness.
What do we call that?
Emotional quotient.
The emotional quotient. How powerful, intentionally or non-intentionally, is the emotional quotient?
It's huge, right?
Even non-intentionally. She was just talking with the cashier.
Yeah.
Behind her, in the 6-foot rule still and all that. He overheard. Okay.
Wow.
And then, oh, look who's here. Let me turn.
Oh, there she is. She's on the ski slope.
Not like
in the snow.
Not like a pair of shorts. Not likely. Hey, Alan.
I'll turn off the background here. So I just told him your story and everything. See how I can take these isn't it great when you can take real life stories and apply them to sales, persuasion, influence? This is something Milton Erickson would call conversational hypnosis, but it was totally non-intentional.
No.
Could you, if you knew somebody, you're in a business conference and you're talking to somebody, but other people are listening, could you, what's the word I'm looking for? Skewer your conversation. Skew? Oh, thank you.
Obscure, maybe, or
skew your conversation so that the
Make
people
it go towards it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're speaking to one person, but there's 2-3 people in your circle.
Okay.
Could you persuade them indirectly? And this is pure Milton Erickson, who said conversational hypnosis. We can persuade indirectly or very stealthily. Okay, and I know you didn't.
No, actually, I was just putting something down by my I wasn't listening, but then I heard him say, here she is. No, what happened was I was just chatting with because I had like a huge cart full of
I
stuff.
told him all that. Yeah.
For 4 kids. That was only my first cart. I had another cart after that. But and we were just chatting about, all the stuff in the cart, and it's for Secret Santa, and it's with the Lions Club. And then this man behind me, I was apologizing to him. I said, I'm so sorry. I've got so many things, and you're standing here waiting. And it was one register open in all of Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous. So everybody is behind everybody, and me with 4 orders. I felt bad.
You're like holding up the lineup. So you felt you needed to explain.
Yeah, so I said, I am so sorry, but this is Secret Santa, and I know he had heard it. And then he goes, I want to pay for the next order, because I was dividing the orders in the cart by 2. And I said, oh no, that's really, it's not necessary. No, I want to.
Is that scarcity, by the way? No, it's not necessary. Is that a opposite redirection? No, it's not. No, I want to do it. What happens when you go left? Somebody goes right. You go up, they go down. You say, I have more than enough money. No, I want to help.
Yeah.
This fascinates me, how the right words, the right scenario can lead to tremendous opportunities in business and socially.
And the truth was, everybody who participated gave me $50. So I had plenty of money,
Right.
Yeah, and he was just, no, he says, life's been good to me.
Yeah.
And I want to help. I've never had that happen in my entire life.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's so cool.
Isn't that a great Christmas story?
It's really nice.
Isn't that a great Christmas story? Thank you.
I do find, like, often I'll say, look, I'll get this if I'm out for dinner with a friend or colleagues or whatever. I'll say that I'll buy this, and then all of a sudden you're fighting for the bill, and they're trying to pay when you offer first. I find that's often the case. And Greg always jokes around because he said, you got a money angel on your shoulder, because money comes easy to me, and it's because I think often I'm generous and I'm kind, and I'll always offer to pay the bill, and then they're tugging it back from you, saying, no, I got this.
You know how you solve that problem? I'm the same way. You and I are, I do the same. I love treating friends. Let me pay for it. Oh no, Claude, let's split it. Say, no, I love me. We haven't gotten together in so long, especially now coming out of COVID, a year and a half, COVID. It's been a year and a half, absolutely, at least, right?
More, I think, isn't it?
And we haven't been social, and we didn't go out. We're not going out to dinner and restaurant. I don't know how restaurants are still surviving. There's got to be a big chunk of the population that's still not going out to restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I get together with friends and stuff, I go ahead of time when I'm going to the bathroom or something. I'll give my credit card to the waiter or waitress, and I'll say, just run the whole thing, add on 20-25%, I don't care, on there, and just give it to me to sign. And so when it comes back, and they'll say, or they'll say, gee, where's the check? How much do I owe you? It's all done. Merry Christmas.
Nice.
I love doing that. That's just, and what you said about money, Claudia and I run a really successful business. We get more than we need. And we're not what I call frivolous with money.
Yeah.
We buy things we need, and we live comfortably and well, but I don't think we waste money on $200,000 Lamborghinis and stuff like that. Okay.
Right.
So, the thing about it is, though, when you have more than you need, don't you want to be philanthropic or generous?
Definitely. And then it always comes back around anyway.
It does. Does it go around? What comes around goes around. Do you believe? Here's my theory on. Thank you, Jessica, for a new talking point. You ever meet? The guy on the highway on the 805? Okay, the California highway. No, the 50, even busier.
15. Okay.
50. I love the 50 because it's so wide.
Yeah.
In San Diego, and there's always that one guy. Okay, not usually girls. And he changes. You remember that game Frogger, where the frog has to jump around the cars and to get through the other side? There's always that one guy who changes lanes, cuts you off, no signal lights, and you got all of a sudden you got to, that one. How soon before that person gets in an accident or a ticket if he drives consistently like that?
It's almost inevitable.
So what about consistent behavior? What if you're consistently nice to people, generous, or a giver? do you think that the law of attraction, do you think you'll attract good people in your world?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Just have to make sure there are some people that will take and take. So you have to be a little bit careful too.
Can't you say no and no?
Yeah, you have to be able to say no and no. And I had to learn that lesson the hard way, because
Sure.
I would still give to people
But-
even that weren't.
What is it? What is human nature when you are too giving, too easygoing?
Kind, yeah.
What happens?
They
Get
they
greedy.
start taking too much.
So what, Alan?
They get greedy.
In what way?
They feel like they can just keep on taking and whatnot. So they,
Yeah. Do we have the right? We talk about this. One of the psychological persuasion principles is reciprocity. That's good. And that's part of negotiation, giving up so you give up something that's really not that important to you or valuable. And then you ask for what you really want. That person now has an obligation to you so you can ask. So in negotiation, you say, well, I'll tell you what, yes, I can get you Jessica, you said you wanted those contracts 2:00 today.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is going to be hard. I'm going to have to change my schedule. I'm going to have to get the babysitter. I'm going to have to call Chris Scott and get more diapers over here and everything. But I'm going to do all this for you. Could you do me one small favor if I do all that for you, though? Could you transfer the funds into my attorney's office before 5:00 today so we could get I'll do all the other stuff, I promise you. But could you do that one little thing for me, please?
You got it.
Okay,
Definitely.
I'm going to change all my schedule, call Mr. Scott, get more diapers, call the babysitter. I'm going to make all this happen just so I can get you that contract back right away. Or you can get me the contract.
Absolutely.
That's
Consider it done. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Mr. Cash Offers in the building. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, what's up, Claude? How you doing, everybody?
Good. I just told the Christmas story.
Okay.
Guy in line. Claudia was shopping for a family Secret Santa yesterday, and a guy picked up the $300 tab. A total stranger in line.
Wow, that's incredible.
Isn't that
a basket of kids' toys that
Kids'
he
toys
said,
that we
I want to
give
pay
away.
for it.
Wow,
Cool.
that's amazing.
That's a great story. And I overanalyze things. This is the problem when you're an entrepreneur. Do you find yourself analyzing other businesses and how they do things, and why do they do this? Why don't they do that? That's what I would do.
Mhm.
I was in a
That's a gift. I think it's a gift, not a curse.
I'll give you an example here. Yesterday, I lease a Cadillac. I like Cadillac, and we have a nice big one for the mountains. It's a good mountain snow car. Anyway, I'm down in Denver, a mile lower. I'm 2 miles up. Denver's 1 mile high city, and my tire warning lights are going. All the tires got really low in PSI or air pressure, and I was getting blinking warning lights. So I checked with Siri my Cadillac dealer is 15 minutes away. So I just drove in there. They took the car, made me very happy to, put the air in. So I'm sitting in the customer waiting area. Do you think one of the salespeople would come to me? I was sitting on a little table by myself. Do you think one of the salespeople would have come to me and said, gee, what do you drive? When are you going to get a new car? When are you going to up your lease? We have a special. I don't know if you're interested in some new. Have you heard about the new self-driving Cadillacs we have? We have even a battery-powered car coming. You think somebody would have come over to me, initiated a conversation?
Absolutely.
Nobody did it. That's my analysis of a business. Okay, sometimes just talking to a person can result in a $300 from a total stranger, or maybe selling another $80,000 lease.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I need a new. By the way, I need a new car. I had just cars are in short supply, so I extended my lease. I had a 2-year lease, so I just extended it another 6 months.
Yeah.
Shortage of cars right now, so, and I've been traveling. I've been in North Carolina for a while, and so. But I'm in the mood to get another car. Do you think if someone came over to me and
You would have been all over it.
what did they say in that Jerry Maguire movie? What's that great line? You
Owe me
had
the money.
You have me
Um,
at
I
hello.
felt, I
Yeah.
felt, yeah, you had me at hello.
You had me at hello. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes
Yeah.
you just have to say, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? How do you, do you ever go, I always talk about restaurants and I see other people's food. I'm a Gemini. Did you ever go to other people's tables and say, oh, what are you eating? That looks so good. Am I the only one who does that?
No,
I don't say it, but I look and I think, I wonder what that is. That looks really good.
I asked.
Like,
I
usually
asked.
you do?
Yeah.
I might occasionally, but usually no. Hey,
Yeah.
Claude, I just want to share with you guys. Claude and I had a meeting, the two of us earlier on today, because I'm going to be introducing two business professionals and they hopefully will make a lot of money. And he said I should propose to them that I would be getting some kind of consulting fee or like a introduction fee. And he just texted me back saying, absolutely, Jessica, we always have, he's calling it a finder's fee available. So yeah, so there, and this is potentially millions of dollars that need to be placed into 1031 exchanges. So even if it's a few thousand for me or whatever it ends up being, it's a win. So thanks, Claude. I used to always just put people together and, I'd be happy with a thank you very much, but I was kind of forgetting about myself a lot. So now it's nice to, acknowledge, to have a little bit of a reward for.
You think you deserve to be paid?
I do. I mean, I do. And I think the problem is for me, it's like, I want to be classy. I don't want to I'm one of those people, I like to introduce people and help them. And it's not necessarily a monetary value for me, but this is business.
That hurt. Oh,
This is business, right? So
you don't have to be ashamed.
Yeah.
Making money off the sweat off your own brow. You have to go your own shoe. Bless you. You might have to say to yourself, hey, I worked hard. I've read a lot of books. I've attended a lot of seminars.
Yeah.
I've gone in my car and researched a lot of properties. I bring value to the table. And this is where you got to talk to yourself. Am I entitled to be compensated?
Yes.
And I told Jessica about a story. When I first got started in consulting, it was a great idea from Claudia. And I remember this one guy, I charged him something, $2,500 or something, big deal. He wanted to set up this lease purchase and he ended up making a $250,000. And he called me up and he was so grateful. He made this $250,000 on this one deal. And this is 28 years ago. And I only charged that $2,500. And I asked this to Jessica, what do you think went through my mind when I found out he made a $250,000 based on my advice, helping him? What do you think when what was going on in my mind?
I already know, so I won't say.
Go ahead.
You want me to say? Well, we know that you've kind of felt like you shortchanged yourself a little bit.
I should have charged more. My advice for $2,500 helped to make him a $250,000. So right away I said, I think I brought greater value than I was charging for.
Yeah.
Okay. From his viewpoint, that was great advice. Didn't cost me much. I made all this money. From my viewpoint, well, I was glad to get the money at that, that time in my life. Someone's going to pay me. It's it's kind of a vanity thing to be paid for your time consulting in real estate or anything like that. But then when you do the analysis of the value you gave, do you think you're entitled to charge more? And that's what you do as you evolve, as you become more confident.
Yeah.
And you say, I'm bringing a lot of value here. If this deal goes through, you're going to make a lot more than you're paying me. How do you feel about that? Can we move forward? Is that comfortable for your budget? Should we get off the phone? Am I fired?
Yeah.
And so what happens if you just keep giving and giving and giving?
They'll keep taking and taking and taking.
Amen, brother. Yes.
Yeah,
Wise
so
word.
true.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So there comes a point where you say, you go to a restaurant, they expect to get paid. If you don't stand up for yourself, and this is the uncomfortable part where you have to be a little bit assertive.
Yeah.
And be ready to walk away. Hey, Chris, I just want to ask you a few quick questions, buddy. I love your webpage and your YouTubes are great, man. I love when you're doing deals and changing diapers at the same time. He has 2 babies, right? 2?
2.
2. Okay, he's a good dad. And I just have a quick question about the contract. So I'm working on this deal right now. Can I just pick your brain for a minute or two, buddy?
Well, I appreciate you calling me. I'm really busy right now. I'm right in the middle. I got a couple clients that I'm working on, but what
It won't be long. I won't take much of your time. It's really kind of a quick question.
Well, sure. Go right.
I've got my grandma's house and I'm setting it up as a lease purchase. And I got this one guy from work. Him and his wife want to move in. And the house is worth about $500,000. How much option money do you think I should get? 10%? That would be $25,000. Or could I get more? What's your advice on how much option money? He can afford it too. He's a supervisor. How much option money should I get?
Good question, sir. It really depends. I probably need a little more information. Can I just ask you a quick question or two just to kind of figure out, how we can do this?
Sure. Now, time out. He's trying to create more emotional pain at this point by the questions he asked me. He didn't go into, the big mistake is the salesperson goes right away into the presentation and says, oh, well, we have a wonderful program. It's this much money and everything, but he hasn't created the emotional desire in me yet. So and I knew Chris was doing this very well. He's going to ask me a few questions so that I think his intent, tell me if I'm wrong, Chris, is so that I see the value of giving you, let's say, $5,000 so that I can make 25, something like, am I on target here?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go back in the role play here. Yeah, sure. Ask all the questions you want.
All right. So how much is this property worth you got?
500,000, like I said.
500,000. You're trying to do some type of lease to own or rent to own or something like that on it?
Yeah, it's my grandma's property and it's empty. She moved to Florida. She said I could do whatever I want and I can get it sold for. It'll be mine someday anyway. I'm in the will and the trust and all that. And she said I could keep all the money it generates, the rent. It's free and clear. So I think it can bring in at least $2,500 a month. It's in a really nice area. And I also think I should get the option money is what how much option money can I get for it?
All right, quick question. Let me, so your grandmother and all, that's great. I appreciate you sharing that information with me. If I can help you, I'd love to help you, sir. So here's what let me ask you this. This your first deal or what? I mean, what made you want to just start doing real estate all of a sudden?
Yeah, I went to a Carlton Sheets seminar. Is he still around? I read a Carlton Sheets book about real estate and I heard lease purchasing and I watched your webpage and your stuff is wonderful. I love your YouTube, your webpage.
Thank you.
Off the role play. Do prospects have a great system? Do prospects use stroking and nurturing to get what they want?
Absolutely.
Our prospects, they didn't even study the gut sales method. Don't they do this all the time?
Yes.
A lot of this stuff, right? And everything. Yeah. So all Chris has to do is get me emotional. And he got me in the conversation and he's getting me emotional. If I can see the value, and then I will readily pay Chris. That's all he has to do. Just get me so I see the value. So it makes sense. Let's go back in.
So what were you doing before? Did you just had this lofty idea to do real estate? What were you doing before that?
Well, I'm still, I have a thriving business. I sell, I forgot, what's this guy's name?
Pillsbury Doughboy.
I sell used Pop and Fresh dolls that I import from India.
Oh, that's an awesome business. I bet you make a ton of money doing that deal. I mean, why?
Yeah,
Yeah, people love.
Whatever happened? Is this guy politically incorrect now too? Because he's got a belly. I mean,
maybe.
So do I.
I have a lot of toys on my desk.
Oh wow, yeah, I like that one. The Energizer. Well, I mean, why just? I'm sure you make a ton of money, over 6 figures a year.
I agree. Yeah, I sell a lot of these things, but I want to get into real estate. This is my first deal. So how much money do you think? Do I need special contracts too? Where do you think you don't have a samples or anything, or maybe I should pay you? Do you have a contract I can buy from you or something?
Well, here's the thing.
Give me a cookie.
All right. I appreciate you asking me that. I love to help you. You sound like a great guy. You sound like somebody very interested in getting into this real estate. And I like doing business with individuals like you. Let me imagine for a second. I can get you some contracts. I can help you walk through step by step on this transaction. You be able to get your option money. You be able to help grandmother, let her know that you've moved on. You got into the right field that you've always wanted to get into. You made a ton of money on this deal. You don't have to, if you want, you can quit your job, put away your day job. I mean, how much money would it take for you to, just walk away from your day job and be a full-time real estate guy?
I don't know. I don't really. I like selling little poppin' fresh dolls. I just wanted to close out a little real estate.
What are you hoping to get then? What would you like to, just real estate? If you did that part-time, what type of part-time income would you like to make?
Well, it's funny. If I could get that $25,000, I could pay off my mortgage, and then the grandma said I can keep the rent money. It's about $200 to $2,500 a month. I could get rid of a lot of credit cards and stuff, and start a college fund for my daughter. She's 13, and I need to put away some money for college. She wants to go to veterinary college.
Awesome, man. You're a great guy, man. I know you're a good guy. You're great. I mean, I could just tell that about you. You want to do great things for your daughter and for your grandmother. That's very respectable. There's not a lot of individuals out there like you.
On a 1 through 10, what am I right now?
You're a 10. I'm about to, I would say 9 or 10.
Now close me and make it, and bring in the senses if you want. Because I sell myself basically?
Yes.
I want to pay off bills. I want to pay off the mortgage. I got a daughter going to college. Did I just give you everything on a silver platter to close me?
Yes, you did. When you said that daughter part, I was like, yeah, it's on.
My little girl, she's going to vet. And then you stroked me. Now you nurture me a little, blend in a little of that, smell, taste, sight, whatever works. Close me in the next 30 to 60 seconds. Make yourself $5,000 right now.
Close your eyes. Imagine for a second. Let's pretend. Imagine that you got the $25,000 in the option money. You got the contracts. You had somebody that held your hand, walked you through every step of the way on this deal. Grandmother's happy. You get you get to replace some part-time income, $2,500 a month. And one of the greatest things, your daughter, she has her fund ready for college. She's ready to go. I mean, just think about how happy when you see your daughter going off to college. She doesn't have to pay anything. She doesn't have to call you hoping for anything like that. How would that make you feel if you were able to?
Great. That's why I'm calling you, man.
Well, that's, and I want to help you out today. Well, how about this? I'll help you. I'll get you the contracts. I'll help you get this option money. I'll help you do, replace your income, get your daughter to college and everything. And you pay me a small fee. It's $7,000. I'll put everything together. I'll help you walk in, and I also, help you move forward on with your real estate career.
Wow, $7,000. That's a lot of money.
Well, there's a reason why, I'm one of the best in the U.S.
I want to work. Could you? I hate to ask you this because I really value your advice, and I know you're going to help me do this. Is there any way you could do it for less or something like that?
If I were to agree, what do you feel comfortable? What do you think would be good? I help you make $25,000. I make a little money for helping you put this deal together, helping you replace some income, get your daughter off to college and everything.
Could you do it for I have $5,000 right now. I have a brand new MasterCard. I just got this new Apple card here. And I have $5,000 on it. I could give you that. Look how pretty their cards are, by the way.
Wow.
$5,000.
Holder here.
That's a $5,000 gift card.
Yes, I have a $5,000 gift card. No, it's from it's a MasterCard, I think, or something from Apple.
Holy cow, how much did you spend with Apple to get that?
Don't ask.
So if you're a great guy, I want to help you. I normally don't do this, but let me ask you this. If I'm willing to come down and I'll do it for 5,000, are you ready to move forward and make that payment today, right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Here.
Oh, all right. What's the card? You got a deal. What's the card number?
Okay, off the role play. That was good. You got paid today. Nothing wrong with going to that dinner table and saying to your lovely other half, say, honey, here's $5,000. Buy yourself some more diapers or something. Could he have done that? My need was a 10. I went down to maybe an 8. Oh, that's a lot more money than I was pretending on spending. Could you? And you knew he had 5,000. Could you have stayed strong? That's my fee, and maybe been a little flexible on the 2,000 and
on the terms. Yeah. I could have. Let me try to do that again.
Some of these things are instinctual, though. Some of them. Part of being a great salesperson is being a mind reader sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If my comfort level was 5,000, but you're standing there at 7,000, you might lose me. Is a real 5,000 right now on a Thursday afternoon?
Better than 7,000 maybe.
Yeah, I wanted 5. I just shot for 7 to see if I'll have a great day, and that's why I went for 7. But we'll negotiate down.
You got greedy. You're a real entrepreneur.
Well, Claude, that's a guts rule. Greed is good.
Greed is good. Greed, it puts everything in perspective, doesn't it? I sound like the guy on what's his name, Michael Douglas in Wall Street. It's everything in perspective. You know that little speech he does in Wall Street One? Mm-hmm. It's a little Michael Douglas does this great speech. Greed is good. Google it on
Wall Street.
Yeah. I love the wall. There's 3 of them now, but the first one is really good. It's okay to have desires for yourself and your financial success, as long as you're giving the value to somebody. So if he can help me, here's the thing: if he can for $5,000. Give me the paperwork, save me attorney fees, give me support because I'm a little insecure, hold my hand through the process. Let me know how much option money I can get, $25,000, get $2,500 a month, and do the math. $2,500 a month times 1 year. How much is that? Who's got a calculator here?
30,000, something like that.
I think it's 27.5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyway. 27,000 in cash flow that you never had, 25,000 in option. Would it be worth paying me 7,000? I know it's a lot, but you're going to make me do a lot of work, and we want to do it. And I'll save you a couple thousand on the legal fees. And I'm going to hold your hand through this process so that you can do deal after deal, and you won't even need me after this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's okay to say no. Don't worry.
I've got to excuse myself, gentlemen, but thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Heading out the door in a couple minutes. Have a great night.
See you later. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. It's so much fun to persuade. Maybe if it's not even for business, it could be for many different things also.
Definitely.
What's the last, before we go here, we went a little long today. What's the biggest objection you ever hear, Chris?
Biggest objection is I want to talk it. I got somebody else I need to run this by real quick.
Oh, okay. But when you say run it by, what is it exactly you want? If I understand you correctly, you want to do this deal today, the next week, after the New Year's. What's your time frame on this?
Well, I like to do it, really pretty quickly. But, my dad, it's his wife's property. And but he's not in the best of health or best of shape and everything. And so I just want to kind of let him know that I'm thinking about doing this. So I want to talk to him about it.
Okay. Well, I think you gave me a set of problems, A, B, C, D, and E. I know I can help you with those. And when you called me up today, how fast did I get back to you on the phone?
Right away.
And here's maybe we're probably going to have a problem. You're going to the other company. They're a lot cheaper than me.
Mhm.
So is price your main decision-making factor here? Because I'm expensive. I'm more money.
Yeah, price is a big thing for me.
Yeah. So it might be over. Why do you think people pay me more than the other guy?
Well, I'd imagine you're good at what you do.
Exactly. No, off the role play, whatever he says, long as it's positive, you agree with him.
Definitely.
It's not about the money. It's about the value.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's looking for cheap, I can give you somebody much cheaper, but I don't think you're going to get the results you're looking for in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hire the wrong contractor, sir?
Yes.
And they tell you one time, then it's another time they use cheaper materials, and you have problems with some of the workers not behaving or drinking on the job, and people come and go. Do you just want to get that house built, sir, on a date that a positive, a real date that when you can move in? Do you want to, is it worth paying a little bit more to just have peace of mind? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've been through some situations where I went the cheap route and man, it didn't go right and it wasted my time. So I get what you're saying. You really made a good point.
You want to move into that house by June 2022, and I'm pretty sure, based on what you told me, we can accomplish that right June 15th, based on everything you just told me. And I'm sure there's somebody who will do it much cheaper. Maybe $30,000-$40,000 less than me. The trouble is they're going to be pushing it from June to July to maybe August, September, October. And you're going to have problems. There's a lot of problems right now with employees and things. Would it be worth, when you think about it, sir, $40,000 in a mortgage will only mean a little extra money per month, $30-$40 a month more. And you'll have that peace of mind, and you'll have your house ready for when you're ready to move in. Maybe even Dr. Vibe will buy it.
Yeah, I'm looking for property in the U.S.
So everybody else is too. There's nothing like off the role play. What was I just doing to you? Even though I charge a lot more, is price always is the lowest price? Do you want to be the guy who always charges the least, or is chasing the price down?
No.
Yeah. Does anyone want the cheapest heart surgeon?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of thing. Price is important in discussions. Dr. Vibe, glad you could join us.
Sorry for coming in late, Claude, but always learning and growing through you. So and your students too. So it's co-creative.
Yeah, the home of epic conversations. You and Chris, I think, missed my Christmas story that happened yesterday. Real quick, if you listen to this recording later,
you guys.
Claudia was at Walmart. She does Secret Santa for families, so they have a nice Christmas. They don't have a lot of money and everything. And she's talking with the cashier about doing Secret Santa, and the man behind her in line paid for everything, $300, total stranger.
Wow. Claude, since you just talked about price, and I don't want to have you on for too long because you said you was going to be for half an hour. Talk about price versus value.
Do people? I sell. I would rather be the Mercedes-Benz than the. And this is just some people can be very competitive and sell their product or service for a lot less money. But I always think it's about value. Maybe it's my age group or something. I like value. I like service, and I'm willing to pay for it. Rather than sometimes when you get things a lot cheaper, there's a reason for that.
Got it.
Okay, and there's some things where you do want to shop around. We just came off the special internet specials and everything online and stuff, and there was great deals there for products that were highly discounted. So there's nothing wrong for looking for a good deal or a good value. I think in the consulting or coaching business, mentoring, my students are looking for his, one of my students the other day made $140,000. Okay, real proud of him, real happy. He's real happy with me. Okay, and I'm not the cheapest guy in town, but the value was there. And the thing is, does anybody care how much something costs if they receive greater value than expected?
Thanks. Yeah,
Or-
good stuff. Good stuff.
Or better service than expected?
Yeah.
I had car trouble yesterday. I have a leased car. I like went on my Google. I went on Siri here, and I found the local Cadillac dealer who could take care of the. I had air pressure tire thing on my tires, was getting all these warning lights. They took me in. They fixed it in 15 minutes. What do you think my feeling is about buying, leasing a car, pretty expensive car, versus getting a much cheaper car? What do you think? Was that all justified right then in that moment?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, and I'll just add to that, and hopefully it goes along with what you're saying. I've had the same dentist for 30 years.
You know, no one changes their barber or their dentist, right?
But the thing is, when I go to him, I know he's taking care of me, and I feel good in his hands. I don't care. And I have to travel at least 45 minutes to see him. There's lots of dentists near where I go.
Are there
But
cheaper dentists?
Of course, but he brings value. He cares for me, treats me with respect. So I just wanted to put that point out there that not everything cheap is good, folks.
How about the
value?
How about the trust factor that you have?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I mean, when I go to see him, a lot of people say, I don't like going. I love going to my dentist. And I've been blessed. I've only had 2 cavities all my life. He says, yeah, your teeth are fantastic, this and that. But just the way he treats me, the way I feel good in his hands, the trust, I feel cared for. So I think just piggybacking on what you said with that dealership yesterday, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Dr. Fresh, the maker of Cool Floss, and we'd like to,
That's what I do.
I just have to have this handy.
But yeah, he says, keep on flossing. Yeah, I just floss all the time. But the value, that's so important. Value. So
I get people go to me and say, gee, we're really watching our money, and this is what our budget is. And I'll say, you know what, we have a problem. Well, what's our problem? I said, your budget and what I charge, they're not going to work. Maybe it's over. And why do you think I charge more than my competition? And then take a guess. And then I let them start selling. Well, maybe you do it better, faster, or something. You're right. Whatever they say, as long as it's positive, they're right.
Exactly.
And you got to get them in their head to justify. Did you ever get one price in your mind, and then you went to the store and you found out that the sale was over or it costs more?
That happened to me this morning. Like, it was crazy. I won't name the store, but they had an item that was on sale during the last Black Friday, and it wasn't available at the sale price online anymore, but they said they could go to a store. I could go to a store that's close to me and get it for the same price. I go to the store, scan the item. I'm going, how come it's this price? I go to the customer service kiosk. They're saying, oh, it's a new flyer now. The price has gone up. I go, geez. I go.
Wow.
So, those things happen, but the thing is, they were so polite to me, and I understood. I wasn't going to argue over it.
But they didn't honor the commitment that they made to you on the phone.
Well, see, this is where the fun was. So the thing is, I printed out the papers from last night. So obviously, I think they upped the price as of today. So it's not the end of the world. But the thing is, I didn't stomp out, like, it's not gonna shake my tree. But I love seeing what service you get in those type of situations.
It's such same story yesterday. I've been looking for a week. Claudia wants a specific iPhone.
Yeah.
With the button, not the 13 here, and I can't find it. It's the Apple iPhone SE.
Yep.
200 gigabytes. could not find it. I went to Walmart, Apple store. Everybody was saying January or something like that. I want to give it to her now.
Yeah.
And I went into Costco for regular shopping, and they have a kiosk there for Verizon and everything. And
Sure.
just for that, just on a hunch, I said, you wouldn't have an iPhone 268 gigabyte SE. And the woman said, I have one left.
Boom, boom.
Boom. You had me at hello.
Yes.
Was there any decision made? There was no decision to be made. Here it is. Money is never an objection to doing business when the need is great enough.
Yep.
Out of 1 through 10, what was my need?
14. If
Yeah.
it's Claudia, with Claudia, it's 14.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing, folks. I'm not saying just right. I just joking. We're playing around. And I know Miss Claudia, so she wouldn't hit me on the head, my bald head, for saying it that way. But that's the thing. And one of my mentors said, find the need and fill it. Don't find the need and kill it.
Yeah. My mentor used to say, money is never an objection to doing business if the need is great enough. It's our
Absolutely.
responsibility to create that environment or create that need by asking questions, getting the other person talking so that they get emotionally involved. They'll still have to rationalize it intellectually, but if you can start to get them emotionally involved, that's called persuasion.
We'll see what. So Claude, what would have happened if you didn't ask just out of curiosity?
I would not. I gave her a phone last night, and the smile was worth $1 million. I wouldn't have had that phone. I'd have to order it and wait another 6 to 8 weeks.
And folks who are watching this live on the replay, this is one of the things that Guts is all about. One of the key parts: ask questions.
Yeah, talk.
Ask. Yeah, just talk.
Yeah, you do a lot of conversations, group calls and stuff like that. Have we lost this ability to communicate one-on-one or it's small?
Yes.
Have we lost the ability to converse? Is it gone?
Yes, absolutely. And I think I've shared this with you and some of your students before, that a long time ago, someone told me that if it's facts, you can do it via text, but if it involves emotion, you either got to make that phone call or you got to give that screen call.
I'm so easy to sell if you just talk to me. Like a human being. Just talk to me. I am so easy to sell, but nobody knows how to sell me.
People don't. For me, you got to develop a relationship. And that's what even when the people that I have on the Dr. Vibe show, I want to develop a relationship. And one of the key things I learned a long time ago is before they come on air, if you have a conversation a little bit ahead of time, that's key. But also the 3 minutes before they go live is key, because they may have had a crazy day and you just want to have them sell and forget everything else that's happened and just focus on the present.
How do you get people to like you, trust you? How do you get somebody to fall in love with you? Did you ever meet somebody? I like this person.
Yeah.
Claudia and I always, we have one measurement we always use. Would we allow this person to babysit our children, our most beloved?
That's a very good question. I like that.
And a lot of times is, you know what? No. But every now and then I say, I feel so good about this person that they could babysit the kids. And what are the words? What are the stories, the questions you can ask, the environment you create so that person during that phone call says, hey, that Dr. Vibe, he's got something. I like what he's saying.
Hey, look who's jumping.
There you go.
What are we doing?
He's been popping in and out. I think
Okay.
I think you took a nap here.
I was on a phone call, but I was listening.
I hope we made some sort of sense.
I had two ears going.
It's a good conversation. And I literally, and I'm sorry to say this to you, Dave, but I've been on about 35 minutes longer than I planned.
Well, I'm getting off then, Claude. I'm getting off. No worries.
That's okay.
I just wanted to jump in and say hi and always get good learning.
Are you going to post it?
It's posted right now. It's live on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And Dr. Vibe,
Can we replay it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just go on YouTube and.
Dr. Vibe, give yourself a plug. When's your wonderful podcast?
Yeah. So just the Dr. Vibe show. I do numbers of different conversations throughout the week. I host a morning show on Monday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. I host a show on Saturday evenings called State of Things with Aisha and Jill, where they give their takes on what's going on in America. And then on Sunday afternoons, I host a show called Black Canada Talking, where I spotlight Black Canadians. And there's some other stuff to come involving, actually, Claude, I may be asking you a favor. Looks like I'm gonna be doing some consulting work with a major business organization in Canada. So I may ask if I can get a few moments of your time to talk with to share with some entrepreneurs.
Is it Moosehead Beer?
Oh, jeez.
Something good. Something good.
I may have to send some down for you to coach you to spend a half an hour with some of these budding entrepreneurs.
He's going to take his consulting fee in cases of beer.
Say, hey, he knows how to barter like no one I know, so he's good. Hey, by the way, one last thing, Colin. How is your brother? Is he in Jersey, New York?
Very good memory, New Jersey. Lake of
Yes.
New Jersey.
He's doing okay?
Oh yeah, he's great.
Good. I remember when you were driving in that car doing an IG live. I remember that. I remember that.
Oh gosh, I remember what were some of those old systems we used to use where we could broadcast live? It was
There's Periscope.
That's right. What was the other one?
There was Meerkat. There were other ones, but and I think that's another thing too. If and maybe Claude, you can speak. Blab, but also having a good.
Those are dinosaurs now?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they flew away, but that's another thing, and Claude is good at it too. Having a good memory. If you can remember things about, and the funny thing is, as I go along in I write notes. If you can't remember it off the top, write notes. When you're doing your calls, and if it isn't face to and if you're doing face to face, say, hey, do you mind? I just want to take some notes. Just get their permission. Just say you want to take notes, and you can refer to them. Because when people like that thing of Claude, I remember that. I remember him driving. That's why I asked him about his brother, and then I brought up that story, how he had his brother on, and Claude goes, "Wow, he remembers that." But it's good as a salesperson too, remembering those moments and things. Again, Claude was saying a few months ago, how do you get them to like you? Those are some of the little ways.
When you go to a person, you say, oh, this is pearls of wisdom, Dr. Vibe. You mind if I take some notes while we're talking? I don't want to forget it. And this is just great stuff you're sharing with me. Thank you so much. What's going on, maybe unconsciously right now? What's going on deep inside?
Well, when I asked that, if first of all, you're asking someone's permission, very, very big, very, very big. And second of all, you're taking it down and you're valuing them. What they're saying is so important to you that you want to document it so you don't forget it.
His mother, I'm a little bit of a Freudian. His mother's inside saying, "You're a good boy. See, he likes your stuff. He's right in your word. See, I raised you right. This is good stuff." And this stuff just works in your favor.
Yeah, I think one of the words that Claude used, you're stroking them. It's a way of stroking them.
It's got to be sincere, though. You got to be
honest.
You got to be a good thespian. You got to be a good actor when you're talking to people, because if you're schmoozing them and it's obvious, it'll work. It'll have the opposite effect.
Got to be careful.
You got to be sincere with people. That was interesting what you just said. You
got to call that change the name on that to the Don Rickles technique. Give him a cookie. You always say, you're always saying give him a cookie, and I get this visual of Don Rickles.
Actually, I got that from Chris Rock. Chris Rock has a comedy. He's a genius. He has a comedy special on YouTube, and he talks about one guy who's talking to him, says, "Yeah, I take care of my kids." And Chris goes, "You're supposed to, genius. What do you want? What do you want, a cookie?" It's a great line. Only Chris.
Don Rickles would insult everybody, and then
of course
give him a cookie.
Don Rickles would then apologize always at the end. He said, I love you guys. I'm just making fun, and you've been a great audience and everything. Please, thank you so much. And he just that last, the biggest thing is knowing how to get off the stage and when to get off the stage.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear somebody who talks too long, like I'm doing right now? Okay.
Well, one other thing that Don Rickles says is his quick thought process. He would great listener. He pick up on things quick. Always was able to keep the flow of the conversation and able to change it on a dime based on what was the temperature of the room or the temperature of the conversation.
He did something very unique that very few people can do. The great comedians can do it. And it's be able to spontaneously, totally unrehearsed, no script or anything, like you just said, Dr. Vibe, just totally interact, take people's situations and make them funny, make them laugh.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking at? It's like
improvisational.
Thank you. Yes,
Yes.
a much better word. Thank you. Yeah. Some people are so, I think, relaxed and confident in situations that other people might find stressful.
Yeah.
And I've always been in awe of these people who could go on stage and speak to thousands of people, and perform or entertain and remain very relaxed. Do you ever
And that relaxation makes his creativity flow easy.
Yeah.
What happens when you're relaxed and the words are just flowing and it's real comfortable for you?
Natural.
It's natural, it's entertaining, it's informative. People like what you're saying. But if you start tensing up,
You've lost them. You've lost them.
Or you're using a scripted presentation with no room for that improvisation.
That's why sometimes it's good to put on a headset and be on your feet when you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Because you think better on your feet.
I had one lady once at a speaking gig, says, Mr. Diamond, all you ever talk about is making money. I came to this seminar because I want to help people. Said it just like that. It was 600 people in the room,
Yeah.
And it was, and I said, I used what we call a pregnant or dramatic pause, because I was in the zone. I was comfortable in my own skin at that moment. I said, ma'am, it's real quiet. I said, ma'am, that's the sickest thing I've ever heard. The audience loved it. They cracked up. And then I fixed it. I did Don Rickles. I fixed it. But the thing is, there's moments where you can just capitalize. You could just have so much fun. If you're in that comfortable, we all want to, confidence is such a big selling point. Gentlemen, I got to go. I could talk. I got to know when to leave the stage.
All right.
Hey, Dr. Vibe, aren't you jealous of him with the hair?
Well, you know what? A low maintenance for me, my man. Low maintenance.
I'm getting there.
I'm jealous of you guys. And I'm married to a woman who loves bald-headed men, by the way.
Gentlemen, give yourselves grace. We'll chat soon. Thanks again, Claude, for allowing me to share.
Thanks.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you, everybody who was listening to us on YouTube. And if you want to go to my webpage, claudediamond.com, a lot of free stuff there. And I do answer my own phone, 970-281-5151. You guys have a great day. Nobody deserves success more than you good people. Thanks for joining. We had a little bit of fun, didn't we? Take care.